If you clicked on this video, then you're either asking this question or you know the answer and want to see what other people are saying. So, is content and content creation soulless? Before I start this video, I just want to say thank you for 100 subscribers. I appreciate the support and plan to continue to make videos like this, so if you like them, you know what to do. Now, we can all acknowledge YouTube is significantly different than it was 4 years ago, especially in the terms of originality. YouTube had and has been a consistent stream of seemingly infinite content that can reach out to almost any audience. The ability to make content is available to just about everyone, and this is a mostly positive thing, but it has come with some problems that have become more prevalent in recent years. With the development of AI or artificial intelligence content, we have lost a lot of what made YouTube good, which I believe to be the personality and creativity of the creator. Well, deepfake AI is fun and has its own little charm for people, like the president's, which could prove to be dangerous as AI develops, but that's not what I'm talking about today. The big issue with AI and content is the fact that people are using it to generate video scripts, topics, and even replicating themselves. I mean, I'm sure you've seen those shitty videos where a guy pulls up a 10-second clip and says things over it, repeating the beginning of the video whilst inserting an over-descriptive amount of words until it's 60 seconds long. Here's an example.
This group of people visited the family theme park and decided to take a boat ride. As the boat made its way to the top of a hill, everyone was excited. Suddenly, the boat made a quick drop that caused a big splash. But if you look closely, there's something interesting that happens next, and it leads to an unexpected surprise for some of the people at the park.
I mean, this is the most mundane, obviously AI-generated wording in the world. Here, I can even give you a formula for it. This video is interesting. Insert subject of video. Positive words. Subject of video. Interesting. Positive words. Until you pad out a video long enough for you to be recommended more often. This isn't exclusive to this guy. I mean, there are plenty of people like him, and the content is never any better. But it's constantly promoted and liked. These AI scripts pad out not only these people's watch time, but also their wallets. That don't even get that much criticism for it. We just accept these garbage re-uploads with AI prompts over the top of them, as if they add anything to the video. AI has been pretty popular in the short-form content department for a little bit now. I mean, ChatGPT isn't exactly hard to access, but now we have a guy trying to make YouTube content exclusively out of AI. Quabblecop, a once famous YouTuber, has made himself into an AI, and the content was bad before, but man is it worse now. The already garbage child-oriented videos, now having no input from a human creator, is taking something with no creativity and no personality and somehow making it worse. How that is possible is beyond me, and he isn't even backing down on it. He talks about content creators being jealous of the fact that they'll be replaced. But AI isn't creative. It's a cheap imitation of creativity that this weirdo is trying to say is the best thing ever. This idea that AI is the future of content creation is garbage, and the fact that he's justifying it by saying it's in development and it'll get better is even more garbage. Why not disappear off the internet until you make something unique with the AI? Why do you need to upload awful AI videos? And the answer is obvious. He wants the attention that he once had, and the only way for him to get it is to be publicly ridiculed and act like he's in the right. And the want for attention is something all creators desire. It's a way to further their career, to stay relevant, and to make a living. But doing it in such a soulless corporate way is just pitiful. I mean, AI content should have some restrictions, and YouTube shouldn't allow this workless money farm idea to get past the stage it's in now. The AI and text-to-speech stuff has already had too much time on the YouTube platform. Like those top 5 lists, where it's nonsensical garbage with a robot voice over it that you've been seeing recently. And you know it's just worthless content that gets clicks. My solution to the AI content is to put it exclusively on YouTube Kids. I mean, the only people watching that garbage are little kids who don't care about the content being AI generated or the weird glitchy voices they put over the video. If you did this, I guarantee you that these YouTubers wouldn't be uploading that garbage, because the only reason you would use AI for content is to be lazy. To use as little effort as possible to make as much money as possible. It's min-maxing. If you let people exploit something, they will exploit it. And speaking of exploitation, content theft is a big problem as well. Video reactions and live stream reactions have been a common thing on the internet. I mean, it's easy to produce content that requires little effort from the reacting creator. I'm sure you remember those React channels that would go trending all the time in like 2017 from channels like Reaction Time, and that still really hasn't changed. I mean, Wolf has made a career of being a reactor and putting in zero input. Just putting your face on content and not adding to the content in any way. There's been a lot of drama around her and the whole reaction genre recently, with people like XQC, which is basically the male equivalent of Sniper Wolf. These people are just watching content that takes a good amount of effort and reposting it while doing nothing in the realm of fair use. It's such a weird way to remain successful. And again, it falls under child-oriented content because of that need for Subway Surfers gameplay, which in this case is a person soy-facing over a video. That is probably worth watching alone if you're capable of watching a reaction. Everyone understands that YouTube is a majority child audience, so that makes sense, and you see those weird videos where they have a Gmod head pop out of a toilet. Now, the Skibidi toilet is weird, like really weird, so much so that I didn't even bother watching any of it, and it's been consistently popular for about 4 or 5 months now, and of course it's content intended for a younger audience. It's going to appear mass-produced, and maybe it is, but there's more effort that goes into it than AI and reacting. Child-oriented content has always been really weird, and I'd say this is more on the normal side for what we've seen on YouTube. I remember those Elsa and Spider-Man videos being criticized by British commentary YouTubers forever before YouTube decided to remove those fetishy videos and say they had no place on the platform. And obviously when you give a child internet access, they're going to have the most free time to interact with content that most reasonable people will find repulsive or disturbing. We're capable of having the content removed if we criticize YouTube enough. We did it with those weird Elsa videos, and we can definitely do it to fair use infringing videos. And I think that this is just a side effect of removing visible dislikes on videos, because now people can't see negative engagement with something unless they seek it out. A child would be less likely to watch awful content if they could see that nobody likes it. YouTube has been a big responsibility shifter, and they hate to take the blame themselves. It often gets redirected to creators who made a mistake that YouTube allowed. And YouTube is notoriously bad on their enforcement policies with the treatment of creators like Corey Kinchin during that one mortuary assistant game. And of course, YouTube as a corporation is soulless. It's child-oriented. People with reason would understand that content like that is just exploitive of people who know no better. I mean, there are creators like Mr. Beast, who is child-oriented, but includes personality and personal investment in a video. There are people who spend weeks making hour-long video essays on topics, and there are people who upload content every day, like Moist Critical, where, yeah, it's slop, but he expresses his opinions to an audience as if he were just conversing instead of just reacting. I would say a lot of content is soulless, and people who like to imitate videos can have some pretty garbage content, but not all the platform's content is soulless. Some videos are consistently high effort, high investment, and some are child-oriented without being mass-produced garbage. Now, the current encouraged editing style of YouTube is the most Zoomer, TikTok, Instagram Reels, YouTube Shorts thing I've ever seen. But good creators add something that a lot of other creators don't. Creativity and personality. I mean, that's what ends up making a whole genre for a platform. Video essays, game reviews, and investigative pieces are part of the most effort-filled content you can find on the internet, and just because we have a bunch of bad apples running through the YouTube sphere doesn't mean that the entire platform's content is soulless, even when the platform itself is. Though Jacksepticeye might try to convince you that video link means you're not as money hungry, which is a lie, that doesn't mean short, fast-paced videos are more soulless than long, less edited videos. I mean, Mr. Beast's content is short and hyper-stimulating, and that's something I like to watch, but it's not soulless. He does everything better than people who try to be him. Yes, the idea of Mr. Beastification is real, and has caused some of the most garbage stuff on the internet, yet we still get to see meaningful content from the original creator, and I think that's what YouTube needs. Original creators. Yeah, views are nice, and working the algorithm is cool. It's rewarding, but when the content isn't true to you, why wouldn't I just go watch Mr. Beast? Cheap imitation, the use of AI, content theft, and child-based content may be soulless and mass-produced, but realistically, if we're interacting with the people doing it, they'll feel rewarded whether the attention is negative or not. YouTube content can be a big garbage fire and only attract children, but we used to have an influence on people with dislikes, but when Big Corpo removed visible dislikes, stands became a shit ton more popular, and so did soulless content, an easy army on easy content. Nothing is worse than criticizing somebody's favorite YouTuber, even when the creator is lazy and not willing to make anything. It reminds me of a video I saw of Oliver Tree and Ethan Klein that I'll play real quick.
I mean, wait, what is the biggest YouTube video you ever dropped? Was it Vape Nation?
Yeah.
Back when you were like still kind of culturally relevant.
Yeah.
Well, it was cool because you used to make stuff, and now you just critique stuff, and there's a big difference between people like me and people like you.
Yeah.
What happened?
Oliver brings in the most valid point that someone could make here. These people used to make things. Clebocop made videos that were popular for years. Sniper Wolf used to make gaming videos. XQC used to have words to say, but when you're that popular and you're that rich, you just retire. It's easy. The money's easy. And if people watch the content, the algorithm will recommend it and people will imitate it. Jay Schlatt was making awful reaction content because it was easy. And it wasn't involving his audience. But he had a change of heart.
Reaction videos are dumb. They're for lonely people that want to pretend like they have friends but don't, and they get a hell of a lot of views because we're all losers. I posted my first one a little over a year ago. It was just me watching in horror at the filth you people live in. No. No. And it was an overnight success. This video got so many views, my eyeballs elongated and turned into money signs like Eugene Krabs. And my new priority became milking this new format to completion like I've done with every other series on this channel. And I'm very happy to announce to you all today that I've done it. You see, YouTube is all about balance. It's a balance between keeping the algorithm happy and then keeping yourself happy. And for me, that's one that's been tipped in the wrong direction for far too long. You get to the point where I'm at, and all of a sudden you find yourself smiling less in every thumbnail. So how do I fix this, right? That's a big question. And I have a plan. And the plan starts with no more TikTok reaction videos. If you do see another one on this channel, it means I've run out of money.
And I'm glad he was able to, and hope that other people can as well. Soulless content will continue to be made, but you don't have to interact with it. And you don't have to make it. You can log on to YouTube any day and watch your favorite content creator and decide whether it's soulless or not. But if you're engaged, then it doesn't matter. As long as YouTube and these cheap excuses for creators continue to make money, nothing will change. So much like I said in the last video, the audience needs to step up. If you don't like how YouTube is, don't let that content you hate get interaction. Some content is soulless, not only because of the creators, but also because of the audience. So you want to watch good high quality content, here's some channels I recommend. Thank you for watching.